What's up guys, I'm Mel from Fortin Amps, and in this episode of Does It Grind, we are grinding with Ryan Vasseur from Legator Guitars and his 5153 Stealth Black. If you're a guitar player invested in high gain tone, you pretty much know about the 5150. The 5153 Stealth Black features 3 channels from clean, overdriven to high gain, utilizing 6L6 tubes in a 50 watt setting. So let's keep this short. This amp does great in high gain, awesome crunch tones, and even features a great clean channel. But does it grind? Let's jump to the Legator warehouse and figure out. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Mel from Fortin Amps, and I'm joined here by Ryan from Legator Guitars. Hey, what's up, Ryan?
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right, so on this episode of Does It Grind, we are at the Legator HQ, and they so happen to have a 5153 Stealth Black. And we're gonna put it to the test to see if it indeed does grind. All right, so tell me what guitar you're playing with, Ryan.
Today I'm playing with our brand new headless Spectre model. This comes in a solid ash body, ebony board, and a roasted maple neck, and it's a 7-string 25.5 to 27-inch scale, and it's equipped with our passive Legator Hive pickups.
And we're gonna be running that guitar through my pedal board, which is the Roach, splitting off into the Zuul. We're just using the Zuul as a noise gate. It's going through the effects loop of the 5150 Stealth Black, and we're just gonna use the grind today. So please ignore the 33 and the hex drive. We're just grinding with the grind, because it does grind. All right, so you guys know how it is on Does It Grind. We start with the settings at 12 o'clock, try to dial in the amp, just to see if we can get a cool tone to start with, and then switch over to using the grind. And since we are just miking it up right here, we're gonna probably not crank the volume just so we don't kill ourselves. But let's get to chugging. So I'm liking the tone where it's at now. I think it's a cool 5150 tone, but it's pretty crunchy, and I don't think it's metal enough.
Definitely not metal enough, man. I definitely need more gain. I need more grind.
Okay, cool. I'll give you more gain to start. Should I keep going with the gain?
I think I could use a little more gain.
All right.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I like it. That's definitely...
So as far as the EQ, what do you like to do, Ryan?
I mean, I'm a metalcore guy, so typically, you know, I hate to admit it, but I do scoop the mids. I do pump up the treble a little bit to really get that metalcore tone that I'm looking for.
Is that kind of where you have it, or where do you like to have it? Tell me.
Yeah, that actually sounds about right. That's
Should I
pretty
bump
much
the lows?
exactly what I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, I can usually keep my low like right down the middle, honestly. Okay. And I scoop the mid and I pump up the high, and then I'm kind of home free from there. Yeah, definitely where I like my tone.
Okay, for sure. So let's see what happens when we just activate the grind.
Man, that really tightens it up, honestly.
So what did you notice when I activated the grind as far as tone?
Definitely, like, it just sounds like just more of a boost. It sounds like it has more balls, and it's just way tighter. And that's definitely what I'm looking for when I'm playing live or any setting, really.
And what tuning are you usually in?
On a 7-string, I usually tune drop A. I'm not like a huge down tune guy. Once in a while, I'll do drop G or something like that, depending on what project I'm working on. But for the most part, if I'm at home, I'm playing drop A.
So I feel like because it's drop A, we're not going to the extreme like ERG tunings. That means we can be a little bit more sparing. But because you're in drop A, I feel like we can push the low end just because right now we're soloed amp tone. We can kind of boost it up a bit. Let's try to see if we can get some spicy low end going. Yeah. I do feel like there's a lot more gain than we usually have it because we did set the game
We
pretty
did
high.
set the game pretty high. Yeah, since we're using, the grind, I'd definitely probably roll back the gain a little bit on the head itself, just to give it more of that, better saturation and better tone overall.
Let's try that.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's the sweet spot, Mel. Honestly.
All right, sick. All right, so let's try where we were at with this, and let's see what happens when we turn the grind on and off to what we had it set at.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, that sounds really good. Honestly, I think we might actually need to bump the low end up just a little bit.
Oh yeah, let's do that. The resonance is in the back of the head, so I can't really easily film that for you guys. So I might just tweak that up. Try it again. The one thing I do know is that because where it's at, I know that the grind boosts a little bit of the pick attack just because of what it does with the EQ curve. I think we could roll back the highs just a tad, just so it doesn't sound as harsh, and then probably roll back the presence. So let's try that.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that.
So let's
Man,
do
that
some big
chugs.
palm mutes. All right, sick.
Man, this chugs.
Let's move on to the red channel. Let's get spicy.
Oh my gosh, all right. If we can go more, we're going to go.
All right, so that's pretty mean. Let's see if we can dial it in and see where the grind fits in this particular part of the amp. So let's just kind of match the settings to see if that's a good place to start. Go for it.
Man, that is brutal, honestly.
Let's try with the grind.
Yeah, I can't even wait.
Actually, I think the grind still cleans up a bit.
It definitely tightens up the tone overall. I could just feel it, you know what I mean? It's one of those things. Yeah, I dig it, man. It definitely puts it over the top. I mean, the EVH in itself, as you guys know, is a great metal amp, but when you have the grind in the mix, wow. That's all I can say.
It's a fun tone. Yeah. I think when the demo you have some lead parts, so I think we'll keep this section for the sweepy sweepies.
The sweepy sweepies.
So overall, what are you kind of leaning towards more? The red tone or the blue tone?
I think I'm more, honestly, just in this amp in general, I'm more of a blue tone guy overall. Especially with the grind added to it. I think it's like a perfect balance between pushing it almost to the red, but not quite there. Yeah, for me personally, the blue is kind of the way to go.
Is that because you like being a little bit more I guess, expressive with your picking?
Yeah, that's actually probably a great way of putting it. I kind of just feel like I'm more in control of the dynamics, so to speak, when I'm on the blue channel. And yeah, I can kind of just hear all the nuances of my playing and everything, you know, how I express my playing and whatnot. So yeah, definitely overall, I would say the blue is kind of the way to go for me personally.
So before we jump into the mix section of this video, as far as tone goes, what do you generally look for in a cool guitar tone?
For metal, I mean, honestly, if it chugs, you know, honestly, that's what we're kind of here doing. I look for I want something bright though. I generally do like a bright tone because when I'm playing in a mix, you know, I'm kind of an egocentric guitarist where I want to hear myself all the time. So I definitely want to cut through the mix. So anything that's like really bright and kind of has like I said before, kind of the scoop mids with the high treble kind of frequency. That's kind of what I'm looking for. And then obviously just having that punch, you know, very tight, very snappy. Pretty much what all the metal guys are looking for, you know.
Dope. Do you feel like the grind kind of adds for that style?
I definitely do, especially when it comes to riffing. Any kind of chugging or riffing, I think the grind is like right at home. That's where you want to be. I think it's a great tool for your arsenal if you're like a big riff guy or chug guy or anything like that. As far as leads, you know, I definitely have to experiment a little bit more. I'm sure it puts you kind of over the top. So I'd probably hit that when I'm doing some crazy solos and I want to cut through the mix super hard and tighten everything up. Honestly, overall, it's been a great experience thus far playing this pedal, so definitely can't recommend it enough.
Sick. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into the mix. There you have it, guys. We can easily conclude that with the help of the grind, the 5153 Stealth Black indeed does grind. I hope you guys liked this episode of Does It Grind featuring Ryan Vasseur of Legator Guitars, and if you did, hit the thumbs up button, ring the bell for notifications, smash the sub button if you haven't already, and let us know in the comment section what high gain amp you want us to grind with next. And don't forget to check out our homies at Legator Guitars. Again, my name's Mel from Fortin Amps, and I'll catch you on the next one.